All right, so how do you write the introduction? You're going to have a hook, which is called the lead, okay? The name of the texts and the authors. So this would be the narrative of Frederick Douglass, and this is on the handout that I just gave you. By Frederick Douglass. Background and context. This is where you would describe that he's a slave. And then your thesis or your claim. And this is also going to have keywords from the prompt, and we'll look at an example of that. Okay. How do you do your body paragraphs? You have to have your topic sentence, which we just looked at. Okay. On how, it's an opinion on how the author explains his method. I've given you the words that you want to use there. Your specific textual evidence. We found that yesterday. Okay, it's on that handout. Now, for the specific textual evidence, on the handout we did yesterday, we summarized it, didn't we? You want to use the exact word for word from the actual text. So you would use that handout and go, okay, this is the summary of it, and it's from paragraph 3. You'll go to paragraph 3, and you'll just copy it word for word. You're going to describe the parts of your evidence, and then you're going to explain how the evidence supports your claim. And then what is your conclusion? It's a restatement of your final thought. When I'm done explaining this, this is the slide that will stay on the screen for you so that you can constantly refer back to it. This is what we just did on the paper that I did. I felt that the way I did it was a little bit better. An example of a thesis statement in narrative, you would write the title. Douglass wants to change what his readers believe about what it means to be dedicated to the idea that all men are created equal. This is going to be in your thesis. Okay? You need to have that in there. So if you don't think that you're going to remember that, you might want to write that down. Okay. We've done hook before, yes. So you're going to keep this up when you're writing the introduction, and it's giving you the types of hooks that you can use, and we have gone over all of these twice already, once with narrative and then once with our speech. So this is in your notes. Okay. And then you're going to provide an overview of the topic. Okay. You'll give me background information, brief summary. Okay. And this is where a reference to the prompt and task at hand. So if you wanted to move what we just talked about out of your thesis, this is where you would put it. This is going to be 1 to 3 sentences. And then you're going to state your claim and thesis. You are not going to use I think, I believe, in my opinion. You're not going to use first person. Here's some refreshers in case you can't find your notes on hooks. So it's also in Schoology. You can refresh your memory on these, okay? I've given you some examples to kind of help you figure out which one you want to use. So you can look over these as well. All right, on your paper in front of you, I have given you basically a fill-in-the-blank outline to help you get started on your introduction. Okay. If this was a different prompt, this is what I would put. Abraham Lincoln, in the speech, the Gettysburg Address, and then I would look over here at this box, and this is on your paper, okay? Notice underneath it says B. That's telling you to look in box B and choose the word that you like. So argued that, keyword from the prompt, all men are created equal. Okay. Sentence 2 would give the background information and describe it. This is the background. No. And then your thesis, and this is why I said a minute ago that the fill in the blank outline or thesis that I gave you, it wouldn't work. I don't want to put your name. All right. So Lincoln supports his claim, B, there's your words for B, by, there's C, choose from there, by comparing the current situation with the Civil War to the original writings of the Declaration of Independence. Okay. So that is a thesis, okay? This is also in the PowerPoint that you can refer back to if you don't like the ones that I've already kind of talked about. And here's an example introduction for you to look at in case you need it. Okay, I've also put this on your paper in front of you so that you could look at it and go, okay, this is what she means by this. This is what she means by this. So we have done all of these notes twice before, so I'm kind of skimming through it just because I've already taught it. But I did want to put it in here in case you needed a refresher, and it's in front of you as well. That's on your paper, okay. If you look at the paper that I gave you, then you will, right here, notice that on this part, supports his claim by, you have to list your 3 reasons, okay? There it is, I put it down here. By reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. So this would be violent, wrong one. Violence, brutalization, and family. Whatever your 3 hashtags are. Those are your hashtags. Does that make sense? Okay. You have to put those in your thesis statement. Okay, so don't forget those. All right. Right. Your body paragraph. Please remember that you have to have evidence in your body and the explanation. I actually have a handout for